Okay. Um, Hello. My guest tonight is Amanda Rose. She's a writer and the owner of CancerIsAnAsshole.com. She's a two-time leukemia survivor turned advocate and speaker. She is the honored hero for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. She recently wrote an article entitled COVID-19 vs. Cancer. In it, she says, as a cancer patient, the only silver lining was that during a global pandemic, our oncology team had prepared her for so very well. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Thank you for coming.
Good. How are you? You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So listen, the reason I have you on the show is because when I came across your story, I think I wrote you that night. I read the story that you posted on your website, and I was like, I need to just hear from her and see if I can be involved, or I want to help spread her message. And I'm really proud of what you've done to continue spreading your message. But my viewers might not know your story, so I was hoping that you'd bring us up to speed on what you went through and how you survived and all that.
Okay. So I actually, when I was born with a cyst on my brain, and I've had 7 brain surgeries. And then when my son was 3, back in 2017, I was diagnosed with AML leukemia. I was told it was mono, and to eat some red meat and I'll feel better, and so I went to the hospital, second opinion, and it was AML, the worst types of blood cancer you can have. My survival rate was about 40 to 60%, but I beat it after my induction chemo and 4 rounds of consolidation. They told me I was in remission February 2018. Unfortunately, did relapse. I had an abscess in my tooth and went to the doctor, did some blood work, and they saw that it was actually cancer. It just reappeared in my tooth. It was really weird. So I did induction chemo again, and then we decided to have a stem cell transplant because my percentage was about 10%. I didn't think I would make it. But I beat the odds, and I had the stem cell transplant. I have male DNA now from a donor. I have no idea who he is, but he saved my life. And I'm in remission a year and a half now. And ever since then, I started a page on Facebook, and I wanted people to see what it's like to live with cancer, what you go through, the medication, what it does to you. I just wanted to advocate, and that's how I got started.
Brilliant. And now your website's up and running, and you do your blog posts, and I want to talk about your latest one, COVID-19 versus cancer. And in your article, you said that wearing masks and social distancing were a part of life while you're fighting the actual cancer, and because of this, you were more prepared for the pandemic. But you also mentioned diet and healthy eating habits, which I think people, overlook a lot. Do you have any tips for both people fighting cancer and people who want to better their situation in case they do catch the COVID?
Well, when I was diagnosed with cancer, they give you a nutrition that went kind of over healthy eating and what to do, and should try to drink a lot of water. And I started gardening so that I had fresh organic things I made from my house. That was really good for me. A lot of raw fruit and vegetables that I just trying to cut out the red meat for me was a big thing. And trying to make sure that the portions of food I was eating was not huge, but smaller. And I think that eating healthy helped me feel all the chemo I had, and it helped keep my weight down, which was good, and it made me feel better.
Yeah, I know. Every time I go on a diet, I always say why do I always do this? I always do feel better when I think we all do. You eat a salad, you're like, oh yeah, all right. I don't feel like garbage after I eat it.
Yeah, that helps.
So most people were terrified of COVID-19. It would seem to me, being a vulnerable, you being in a vulnerable population, it would be even more scary because you're more susceptible to the disease. What was it like for you personally dealing with COVID-19, and did you have to take any extra precautions to protect yourself?
Well, definitely. So my son was in school. It was a Thursday, and we had found out, we were hearing things about coronavirus, but we found out somebody in town actually was diagnosed, and my oncologist called me and said, hey, pull your son from school. Don't go anywhere. Stay home. You know, you have to prioritize yourself first. So that was scary, getting that phone call of like, listen, lock yourself down. So we did that. And then there are guidelines of wear a mask and social distance and like wash your hands and carry around your hand sanitizer. And it was kind of all of the guidelines that you have when you're diagnosed. Have to be around healthy people because sick people can get you sick and your immune system is really bad and really weak and you can't fight off other germs. Wearing a mask is other people's germs from entering your body. Hand sanitizer, because everything you touch has germs on it. Somebody else might have this or somebody else might have touched this. So all of the things that the doctors cancer team were telling us, the CDC was saying the same thing. So it was kind of like, hey, I've been through this already. I know what to do. I'm prepared. I know in the back of my head, it's been ingrained to me to be careful. So I kind of felt like, yeah, it's just the same thing all over again. I've done this before. I can do it again. And my family's going to be okay. I'm prepared.
Wow. Like a blessing in disguise. You just said, okay, I know what to do. And bring it on. That's amazing. Okay, so let's talk about the website. First of all, it's a great name, cancerisанasshole.com. People who haven't been on it, it's a great resource for people who are dealing with cancer themselves or family members or loved ones dealing with it, or they have questions about it. I know I helped my neighbor. She got pancreas cancer, and I was like, well, you got to go on this website. It's just, it's a resource you need to have. Just tell me some more about it. Just tell me about plug your website here so people come to you and So
I named it Cancer is an Asshole because cancer is an asshole. Like, it is. You don't want to be around assholes. You don't want to deal with them. That's what it was for me. Cancer was this asshole that I didn't want in my life. So that's what I named my website. And through lots and lots of research and, putting myself out there, I've found so many resources from the LLS. Resources for if you need legal information, if you have children and you need daycare, you need rides, if your car breaks down, you need money for extra help, if you need, there are treatment centers that you can go to. There's free lodging for families who need to travel out of town and don't have anywhere to stay. There's travel payments that you can get. There's second opinions that you can get. There's like tons of free resources. There's like Make-A-Wish Foundation. They have ones for adults also that people don't really know about. There's like free massage, free. People can clean your house and clean your house if you're going through treatment. There's so many resources out there for cancer that aren't talked about.
Yeah.
And I wanted my site to be a place where your doctor said cancer, you type in cancer asshole, and you can read blogs. If you have children, I have a child, and I put up blog posts about different books that they can read and discussions that you can have for certain ages. And caregivers, because sometimes caregivers aren't thought about, and it's hard watching your loved one going through cancer and dealing with that. There's a lot of motivational quotes because that's what helped me get through it. I'm very blunt. talk very raw. I let you know, like, if I'm throwing up or I have diarrhea, I'm going to let you know that because I don't crap up.
Yeah.
I feel like like sometimes people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. But, when you're going through it and you want to know that there are other people in the world that are going through what you're going through, that's why I started.
Yeah. And you're working on and you're working on an app too. What is it? ELLY?
Yeah, so it's called Elly,
Okay.
and it's been a content contributor. So I've been writing for them. They have other cancer patients that are writing. They have therapists that are writing. So every morning on my phone, I get a notification for the day, motivational, when I wake up in the morning, and I can listen to it. And then there's things about sleep, there's things about nutrition, there's things about anxiety, there's things about PTSD, there's things about, anything you could think of that you're going through. There's articles on there that will help you, that you can just go to. Like, if I am having a panic attack right now, I can go in the app and I can look under and there'll be articles and just people that letting you know, I've been through this. You're not alone. I know it sucks, but go through it together. And that's basically why I started my website, and I'm so happy that I'm a part of the app. I just absolutely love it.
Okay, so again, the app is ELLY, Elly, for everyone watching.
Cancer Companion.
Yes. And then, so Light the Night in Mercer County is November 7th, and I understand you will be speaking there and bringing your team. So how can people join your team, and how can people get involved with you and Light the Night?
I have a link on my website, I believe. I'm not sure which page, but if you go to the About Me, I have a link on there also. If you go to the LLS website, lls.org, you can look up Light the Night for New Jersey. And because I was treated at Robert Johnson Hospital, I'm Light the Night for Mercer County. And it's a wonderful honor. I get to speak at different things. Unfortunately, because of COVID, a lot of it is like virtual, but I still love it, and I can give team motivation. And ours is November 7th. I think it's like Mercer County Park.
Okay.
And I'll be there, and I'll be speaking. Fingers crossed, everything goes according to plan. But it's wonderful to raise money. They did a COVID-19 fund, where you could call in if you have cancer, and they were giving like $250 gift cards out, and just free for people who are cancer, just to help. And people don't realize that when you're donating sites like the LLS or the American Cancer Society, they're truly helping people that have cancer. And I'm lucky to be a hero, and I'm so blessed, and couldn't be more happy to be a part of it.
Wow. Okay. And where else? I know you were supposed to go to Ireland, but you got the kibosh on that. What happened with that? Is that a reschedule?
Yeah, they're rescheduling it for November 16th and 17th. It'll be virtual, and I'll put the link and everything on my website. So it's a cancer conference, and they talk to doctors and cancer patients. I'm doing one on cancer awareness just because I feel that cancer awareness isn't talked about enough. When you type in cancer awareness on Google, it comes up with a calendar of what day is it, what cancer, what month is cancer. And I feel like cancer awareness should be like, hey, if you have cancer, like, this is what you go through, and here is a journey card, and if you need resources, here's a place to go for resources. If you need a therapist, here's a place to go for a therapist. Like, there's so many other things besides a ribbon that you can for patients, and I want to spread the word about that.
Yeah, brilliant. So, one of my things about the cancer awareness programs that are out there, I have that I want to speak of, like the American Cancer Society and these things is I feel like they don't talk enough about cancer prevention, about pre-testing, or maybe not even the pre-testing, but ways to avoid cancer. And a lot of it is you know what I'm saying? I see you nodding. It's it's kind of backwards to me, right? It's all about, okay, we survived, but I'd like to see a more proactive approach to it, whether it's lifestyle, whether it's screening, testing, whatever.
So the genetic testing is one of the things that I have to go through, and I actually have to have my son tested. I'm just waiting for COVID. There's different gene mutations. I have what's called TP53 gene mutation, and it's called Leukemia syndrome, and it's a mutation that actually causes cancer. So because I have it, my mom has it, my grandmother has it, we can get tested. So they would go through screening, do mammograms more often, and there are there's several foundations for Leukemia that will help you with costs of getting family tested and stuff. I think genetic testing is wonderful. It's in your family diagnosed with cancer or let's say cancer. I think it should be a government rule that if somebody in your family has cancer, they should genetic testing for free.
Yeah.
To see if anybody else has that gene.
Yeah.
You can prevent so many cancers, so many different things from having genetic testing. Like, why wouldn't it be given to you?
Yeah, preemptively. Makes you scratch your head, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to give you an opportunity here to speak to someone who's been in your situation, speak to someone who's new at it, might be feeling a little bit lost or I'm sure overwhelmed by a new diagnosis, or even if they've been struggling for a long time with a loved one. Something you want to say to them to get them through, you got more experience than anyone I know in this field, so let them know they're not alone, I guess.
Okay, so hey guys, my name is Amanda, and I want to let you know that you're not alone in what you're going through. I know it's hard, I know it sucks, and I know that you don't want to in that situation. But there are so many people that can help you. There are so many people that can uplift you. Make sure that you have faith, and if you need to talk, reach out. Don't be nervous to ask your doctor questions. Don't ever be nervous to get a second opinion. You stick with your gut and how you're feeling, because you know your body. If you can't do something, then don't do it. Don't push yourself, and make sure that you are your own advocate, because nobody can wait for you except for yourself. And if you need help and if you need support, you can always come to the website. I have a phone number you can call. I have an email address that's open and goes right to my cell phone, and I will answer it. I'm available to talk. I've been a motivational counselor now for about a year. I help people with cancer, and you're not alone. Other people are going through what you are going through, and if you need help, reach out.
Brilliant. Well said. Okay, so all our links, cancerisанasshole.com, the Elly app, everything she's ever done under the sun, we're going to post it here under the comments. Be sure to go over to our website and subscribe, and just check out all the amazing resources she has over there. I want to thank you, Amanda, for coming on, and for everybody else.
Yeah, thank you for having me and getting the word that cancer is an asshole.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Thank you so much, Amanda.
You're welcome. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Peace out.
Good night. Good night, everyone.